Sir Arthur Dayne, also known as the Sword of the Morning, was a legendary knight and highly skilled swordsman, and he was said to be the deadliest member of King Ares II's Kingsguard. In fact, in an interview with George R. R. Martin on whether Arthur Dayne could beat Barristan and Selmy, he stated that they would be pretty much equal, unless Arthur had his greatsword Dawn, which would give him a slight advantage. So, who was Sir Arthur Dayne? Arthur Dayne is the brother of Ashari Dayne and the son of Beric Dayne, who was Lord of Starfall and Dorne. House Dayne's sigil is a white sword and a falling star crossed on a background of violet. Arthur wielded the great sword of House Dayne, called Dawn. It was said to have been forged from the heart of a falling star and was wielded by the Danes for thousands of years. Unlike most other houses, though, Dawn was not passed on from a lord to their heir. If someone from House Dayne wished to wield Dawn, they must have proven themselves a skilled swordsman and worthy of wielding Dawn, which is why Arthur Dayne wielded it. Arthur became famous by defeating the Kingswood Brotherhood, which was an outlaw organization during King Ares' reign. The Kingswood Brotherhood were located in the Kingswood, a forest southeast of King's Landing. They were protected by the small folk as they believed that the Brotherhood were the only ones really protecting their rights. The Brotherhood would sometimes kidnap nobles for ransom, and even once attacked Princess Elia's escort as she was traveling through the woods. During that attack, the Lord Commander of the Kingsguard, Sir Gerald Hightower, was injured. The Brotherhood proved that they were no ordinary opponents, and had very skilled knights, including the Smiling Knight, thought to be insane and one of the deadliest swordsmen alive. Jaime Lannister described him as the mountain of my boyhood, half as big, but twice as mad. The Kingswood Brotherhood had been around for generations, but during Ares' reign, they became such an issue that he sent Arthur Dayne, Barristan Selmy, a 15-year-old Jaime Lannister, and a couple of other soldiers to deal with them. Arthur's tactic to deal with the Brotherhood was to gain the trust of the small folk. If he could gain their trust, then the Brotherhood would no longer be freely able to walk through the Kingswood without harm. Arthur made sure that the small folk had better rights, and deemed that royal forces would treat them with respect. He made sure all the royal forces paid the small folk for any goods and services they offered. This tactic proved to sway the small folk's allegiance, and they eventually stopped protecting the Brotherhood. Without the protection of the small folk, the Brotherhood was eventually found by the royal forces. Arthur, Jaime, and Barristan all fought several famous members of the Brotherhood. Barristan was able to kill their leader, Simone Toyne, and Arthur had a one-on-one duel with the Smiling Knight. The Smiling Knight had a brief exchange with Arthur, where he proclaimed his desire for Arthur's greatsword, Dawn. Arthur then replied, "Then you shall have it, sir." Arthur eventually killed the Smiling Knight, ending the reign of the Kingswood Brotherhood over the forest. The Smiling Knight's death is considered to be Dayne's best accomplishment as a knight of the Kingsguard. It was actually after that battle that Arthur knighted Jaime Lannister, making him the newest and youngest member of the Kingsguard. After Rhaegar's supposed abduction of Lyanna, Rhaegar left Arthur with Geralt Hightower and Oswald Went to guard Lyanna at the Tower of Joy, which was located in Dorne. Ned Stark and 6 of his companions eventually arrived there and confronted the 3 Kingsguard. After refusing to yield, the Kingsguard fought Ned and his companions. All 3 of the Kingsguard died, though it's never stated how in the books, although Ned does say that Dayne would have killed him were it not for Howland Reed. The only ones to survive the encounter were Ned and Howland Reed. After Dayne's death, Ned took the legendary sword Dawn and brought it back to Starfall and gave it to Lady Ashara, Arthur's sister. Ned also had the Tower of Joy brought down and used the stones from it as graves for the 8 who died there. Arthur died valiantly at the Tower of Joy, and is still remembered to this day as one of the best, or perhaps the best, knight in the 7 kingdoms.